Mike's Daily Podcast.
Hello and welcome to episode 2130, and Mike Matthews. Did you watch the
Mike's Daily Podcast
thingy with the two old guys yelling at each other? That was fun, wasn't it? It's called a debate, and there's some things in those that you have to hate and love, and then there's who's telling the truth, and then there's all the other stuff. Yes, so I'm not going to talk about it because it's actually kind of happening right at this moment that I'm doing
Mike's Daily Podcast.
But it looked like it was a lot of talking about the coronavirus.
Mike's
So
Daily
there you have that.
Podcast.
I'm not going to talk about it.
Yeah!
Am I going to talk about it a little bit more? No, I just not going to. Hey, but the podcast picture today, I already know, is going to be a nice picture from Daytona Beach from like 8 years ago. How about that? That sounds good. Nice. We'll do that picture. Or should we do something from... So apparently I go to Daytona Beach around this time of year generally, and I'm not there this year because of the coronavirus and work. And ooh, this is an awesome picture from a place called Blue Springs. It's near DeLand, which is inland from Daytona Beach. See that picture at mikesdailypodcast.com. My mom and I went there 8 years ago. And there was a manatee. Manatees. Lots of manatees live in this water. It's pretty cool. And they love to... I should actually post this picture of this prime rib. That thing is amazing. Because that was over there at the wonderful place called Martin's, which is right by the ocean in Flagler Beach, north of Daytona Beach. So...
And here's today's podcast picture.
I have a feeling Florida's going to go to Trump this year, just from what my mom is saying, with all the people with their Trump signs. So we're going to get to a call in a moment, and there's so much at stake with every person in the country. 10%? Well, I don't know what I was about to say with my sentence, but it's difficult for the Census Bureau. That's right. The Census Bureau is that's right, Basil, trying to count people. And people are afraid of letting the door open to talk to census people, even though it took like 5 seconds. That's right, Basil. It took 5 seconds for me to say that I was one person in my household. It's so easy to do, but yet the census people are still trying to count everybody up. And that's all I have to say about that. The late great Basil did not ever go to Florida with me, but you can see the picture at mikesdailypodcast.com of that. All right, let's get to a segment that we call...
Oh my God!
Email for email and your calm and not so calm mess.
Yes, we are going to mute this, and I'm going to play for you this call. Yes, this is called Mike trying to run his own production thing, DIY. Here we go.
Hey, how's it going? This is Tony Baloney from Bayonne, New Jersey, and you know what? I got a special guest with me. It's just me and my boy, Tommy Starnation. How you doing, bud?
Wow.
Now, listen, we just listened to your latest episode, and I gotta say, like, you know, your lovely lady friend that was with you the entire time, she's great. She's one of a kind. You gotta keep her on.
Literally one of a kind. Nobody's better.
But I tell you what, man.
It sounds like Vice and Bentley.
Whoever it was, what was his name? Ken? Listen, I got to tell him, Ken, you got to call out your mother. Your mother is the one person that you gotta give a shout out to. I want to give a shout out to my mother. I love her to death. Yeah, the funny thing is, her name is Maria too. Maria Elena. I love her to death. Ma.
All right. So he says he calls his mother a mudda. That's interesting. And then there's that thing called Tough Mudda. All right, let's get to another call here. Let's see who else is calling.
Yeah, again, this is Tony.
Oh, it's Tony again. 336mm daily. 3 + 3 = 6. MM as in Mike Matthews. Daily as in what this podcast tries to be. What's the numbers, Mike? What are the numbers? 336-663-2459.
Baloney, we got cut off. I don't know what frickin' happened, but I gotta tell you again, I love the Cranberries. Dolores O'Riordan, that's one of the best frickin' singers I ever heard in my life. Again, like I was saying, Linger is one of my favorite frickin'.
Dolores O'Riordan, yes. Dolores O'Riordan. She sang Linger and Dreams. Cranberries. We talked about her on one of the shows, yes.
Songs. I mean, I know the podcast name was Dreams, but Zombie, you can't frickin', you're never gonna get a song as better as Zombie, all right? Zombie. No, you're not gonna do it, okay?
I think I can think of about 80 better songs than Zombie, but all right. Thank you, Mr. Baloney.
Just wanted to make a point of that because I got caught off at the last time. The lady said at the end, "Oh, goodbye." No. I'm going to get that point. Yo, Tommy Tornado, you got anything else to say?
I don't got much to say. I just want to say Zombie is the greatest song of all time.
No.
Okay. Maybe I shouldn't be giving out my phone number. What? All right.
Listen.
I'll get my tires to drink. Zombie, great time.
Yeah, he went from a Texan to a friggin' Italian. I don't know what to tell you, but listen.
I've been hanging out with you too much. I can't help it.
He's been hanging out with me way too friggin' much. But, yeah.
All right. Anyway, so the other thing I wanted to mention was the television show Schitt's Creek. I was watching that and the show Dead to Me. And it's amazing how Dead to Me uses the F word quite a bit, and Schitt's Creek only uses it sparingly. And I appreciate that, because when you hear the bad language over and over again, it loses its potential for comedy. Yes, a well-placed bad word can make someone laugh. It just does. It's an unpredictability thing, and your brain goes, ah, ha, ha, ha. But when you hear it repeatedly, it just... That's my little thing. As we're outside of Cafe Anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on Earth. Let's say hi to... We're in Podcastro Valley Mont today, the last place on Earth. Let's say hi to some people today out here.
Hello, Mike Matthews. It's Chely Shoehart, Gift Shop Supervisor. So, what's a presidential debate?
It's a thing where people are trying to become president, so they debate each other, and they go try and find little holes in each other's lives that they can poke fun at and try and look better than. Wouldn't that be great with your job? If you wanted to keep your job, that some person just suddenly magically appears wanting your job, and then you have to debate them. Wouldn't that make life so much fascinating to you? Look who else is here. Oh, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman! And this is John Deere, the engineer. Mike, wow, there was a lot of commentary on that podcast you did over the weekend. It's true! What would you like to say? You can call me 336mm daily. Why did I do that? I shouldn't have probably have mentioned that. My ear, great podcast. Can't wait to hear next week. We appreciate to you, Mike, again, for my daily podcast. We listening to it breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's the endorsement I got for the show. It almost sounds like one of those emails that you get that's trying to get you to click on it so that your computer will self-destruct and all your information gets sucked out of it, never to be seen again. That's what it sounds like. Well, next show it'll be the wonderful people. Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, and the Brewmaster. Good luck recovering from this first debate, and let's look forward to the next one. Woohoo!
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com.
Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com.
See you tomorrow. Bye!